Welcome back. Urgent news out of San Antonio, Texas. A dad is on the run, accused of tricking the court system. Here's how this goes. He's accused of kidnapping his 10-year-old. There's the video, right off a school bus. It was October, and they haven't seen the dad or this little guy since. Please help me. Just a desperate plea. There's a look at his father, his dad, Jean-Philippe Lacombe, 41 years old. What more do we know about him? It basically is that it looks like he duped the court. Authorities say he presented them with incomplete and misleading documents from Mexico. And it's not the first time he's taken his son illegally. A few years back, Lacombe kidnapped Jean-Paul after losing custody of him, and it took Mom 2 years to get him back. Took him to France, we believe. When she did get her son back, she took him to the U.S. thinking he would be safe, but Dad comes again, and it looks like he's abducted his son again. We'll take your calls on this one, 1-877-TEL-HLN. Joining us to talk about it, Craig Capitan, reporter, San Antonio Express News. Also with us, Steve Rogers, Detective Lieutenant, Nutley, New Jersey Police Department. And with us as well, District Attorney Susan Reed from San Antonio, Texas. Susan's been following this very closely as well. All right, Susan, as we're trying to wrap our minds and hearts around this one, how does this father trick the court system? That's what he did, right? That's what it looks like anyway.
Well, on a Thursday afternoon in October, he went into a judge with his attorneys and says, you know, I need custody of my son. I'm entitled to him under Mexico divorce orders, and I need him turned over. And a judge signs that, and then on Friday in the afternoon, they go to execute that order on the school bus, as you just saw. Now, what they didn't tell the judge in that hearing, the ex parte hearing, was that the Mexico court had awarded custody to the mother. They didn't explain what had happened in France. They didn't explain all of this preceding and gave the court the impression that the Mexico court had said that the custody was with the father, when it wasn't. It was with the mother.
Right. Now, didn't he originally win custody, but he didn't comply with visitation, so he lost custody to Mom?
Exactly.
Right?
And that had happened in 2004 and the very beginning of 2005.
Okay.
And so originally, and that's the order that he's using with the court, that very original order, which had been superseded.
Okay. There's so much to get into here. We'll talk about more on the court side after the break. I want to get Steve Rogers in real quick. Steve, if a 10-year-old boy is pleading for help like that, don't officers stop the presses before they hand him over to a father that this little guy is fearful of?
It would have been stopped where I'm at, and that child would have been brought to the child custody services, and that transfer would have been checked out, and if it was legal, it would have been done in an office where you wouldn't have this traumatic experience.
Yeah.
The question I have is, why didn't the judge ask those questions that the district attorney just shared with us?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe somebody could go into a court and on face value have a child removed.
We're going to hit that after the break, and we want to take your questions on this one. It's heartbreaking to see a 10-year-old pleading for help on a school bus. Here's the number, 1-877-TEL-HLN.